Couldn't see football gods, we're here to light the fire. Spitting facts and stats, you know we never tire. Bringing the heat up, that passion won't retire. Busting through the mic, our voices never expire. We ignite the spirit, never fading out. Light the torch, USC fans rise up high. On this podcast, we aim for the sky. Knowledge and entertainment never lie. Together we stand, let the truth amplify.
What's going on, Trojan fans? Welcome back to another live episode of the Light the Torch podcast. And we got a lot to talk about today. The NFL draft just happened. We have some transfer portal additions and some spring practice updates. They, as you all know, they did the Trojan Olympics this weekend. And then we'll also talk about some of the USC Trojans that are now Trojans. So let's go ahead and introduce the boys here. We have Mr. B. Jones to my right. How's it going, B. Jones?
Everything is everything, man.
Everything's everything. All right. And then down to the bottom right, we have Gunnar Atterbury, Mr. Guns, the leader of our Twitch channel. How's it going, Guns?
Doing good. Excited to talk.
All right. And Mr. Moneymaker over here, Raul Flores. How's it going, Raul?
Right on, fellas.
All right, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, but one thing I do want to give a shout out to is to Coach Dog. Get well, Coach Dog. I don't know if you all noticed, but there was he was trending on USC Twitter land, but he had a medical emergency that needed to be handled. So get well to him. I don't know if we can really talk about it. I'm sure everyone knows it because it's was an appendicitis.
Yeah, sounds like he's all good to go according to his last update from himself. So
it was the better outcome.
Yeah, sounds like it did not burst. Would be my assumption. But yeah, I hope all goes well with his recovery, man, and get him back out there because obviously we need him.
Yeah, we definitely need him.
He's a big part of the recruiting, so. Well, coach, and I'm glad that it was nothing too serious, or it didn't escalate it to being too serious. So, glad he's doing better.
Absolutely. Exactly. And and then over the weekend they held the Trojan Olympics, and there's been some information going around here, so let's go ahead and talk about the Trojan Olympics that happened over the weekend. So if anyone wants to speak on that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll pop in here. So, I mean, 247-1 gave us the, privilege to get some updates on that day. So real quick, aside from the spring practice, the recruits, a lot of big time recruits were there. They did like a cook-off from my understanding, from what I've seen pictures and videos. Tug of war was also done, kind of like a home run derby kind of, thing as well. So it looks like, the recruits got together, hung out, did some things outside of just the current players. So I think that's really cool and a good, thing that the staff, implemented basically. But from what 247 has mentioned as well from the spring practice itself, pretty much I'll just start this off. Defense was the clear winner according to their sources. So that's I think a good thing, regardless of you could hear the bad side, right? The bad day for the offense, but I think hearing that we're going to have a pretty elite defense, quote unquote, I think is a good thing. They mentioned Tobias Raymond. He was, majority of the reps with first team. They mentioned DJ Harvey, DeCarlos Nicholson. There was some rotation in there as well with the DBs, but that was, again, first team defense. They highlighted Conley though, even though he was in rotation. Mentioned that he was killing it. But buy some stock with him basically. They also mentioned, in the passing game that Jacoby Lane wasn't in there as much. Obviously, Mekhi Lemon was held out, as we know, with his hamstring, and that's really it. I mean, from what I've gathered from both sites, is that defense killed it, and we have some studs.
That's definitely a great sign to hear, and I know a lot of non-USC fans will be like, "Well, that's what you guys said last year," but like things definitely sound a lot different than how things have been going. This is year 2 under Danton Lynn, so I expect to see a lot of improvement, more than we did see from last year.
I mean, even last year, just going back to last year, it's not like we got blown out on these games. We lost one possession games that could have gone either way. And it was first year without the depth that we have this year. So if the college world still thinks that USC is going to be the same USC of previous years, they're going to be waking up to a rude awakening, because believe in that stock, that defense is going to perform big time this year.
Absolutely.
I can tell you guys right now, man, the D-line from this year and last year, night and day.
Oh, definitely.
Night and day. I'm telling you, we might as well just get into it. They pretty much had to call the dogs off, man. Our D-line was that dominant in this spring scrimmage, man. So,
wow.
Yeah, it was pretty hectic out there. But offense with that D-line causing all kind of havoc, which of course led to some interceptions. Just like I said in previous weeks, man, that when you get that pass rush going, those interceptions are going to come. And we saw that, or we heard of that yesterday. A few interceptions were thrown. I know a lot of people are want to know about Jaden. How did Jaden look in yesterday's scrimmage? I'll say this: he looks improved. And if you were comparing him to other quarterbacks that we've seen during spring games yesterday, I would give him the nod over those guys for sure. There's still room for improvement. And if I had to put out a depth chart right now in the quarterback room, it would go obviously Jaden 1, and Sam Hewitt would probably be 2. Husan Longstreet you did see some signs. They would be great, but there's still some things that he still plays like a true freshman. Put it to you like that. But I'll tell you what, in the option game, he's going to be a beast. He did break about a 50-yarder maybe. So
really,
yeah, he did have one big run. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah,
and I still think that like whatever they were practicing, from what I was told, that they didn't put everything out there. They were just having fun out there. But I think there was more emphasis on the defensive side to execute and make sure that they were on top of or to being in the right place. So I also think that into consideration from what I was told.
Yeah. So I know it was mentioned earlier, but Braylon Conley, dog, straight up dog, man. He didn't come out with the ones, but he was definitely in the rotation, and he made the most out of his opportunities, man. I want to say he had 2 interceptions.
Wow.
Was it 2 interceptions? Yeah, I think he had 2 interceptions. So, and Isaiah Rubin, man. Yeah, he's gonna be the truth too, man. He made a couple plays, and then Midnight Alley, man, he got after it. So he is as advertised, man. So shout out to Isaiah Rubin. He did his thing. Jakeem Stewart, man, that dude is a man child. I'm telling you right now, he's gonna make noise this year. And this kid should only be a junior in high school.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, that's a grown man. That's a grown man. This defense is gone. I'm telling you. Listen, I said it, but I'm telling you, I mean it when I say this D-line is.
Put that quote up from Walter Clark as well, and then shout out to Kristen for the dono.
I will.
Put that up first.
Let's let B Jones finish.
You want me to just go ahead and go through all of them?
Yeah, go through it.
All right. So the things I did note, we did see Carlon Jones made some plays as well.
Nice.
Kobe Pepe did get the nod with the ones to start
Okay.
with. See who else stood out. Josh Jarrett is also a beast, a very large human being. You guys knew that already, but Prophet Brown started at nickel and DJ Harvey was on the outside. Right, so
okay.
that could be some cross training. It is spring ball. I wouldn't put too much into those type of things because it is spring ball. We do cross train, put people where they probably wouldn't normally play, But yeah, that was the lineup there. And let's see, kicking. It wasn't great. It could be improved, but also wasn't bad either. From about 30 in, it was solid. But the long kicks, probably need some work.
And it's the guy that transferred from UNLV, right?
I think there was multiple kickers that we saw out there, so I'm not sure, or that they saw out there was what we were told that there was like a few kickers out there, so wasn't sure if it was just the one that you're talking about.
Yeah, we did get though a UNLV kicker, and I think the Sierra kid, I think he's a kicker. I don't know if they kept him as a punter. I know that was last year, if I'm remembering correctly. He was working with Eddie a lot. So yeah.
All right.
Shout out to my keys.
The other keys that they sent me, B Jones, was like number 30. I don't know the name, but it was number 30 that he did
Miller.
really well.
King Miller. I've been hearing that name all day, man. King Miller. I think
something that Trevino even mentioned too. He had some nice runs. He mentioned.
On running back. Okay.
From top to bottom, our running back room is stacked. I'll tell you, King Miller is a name that you guys need to familiarize yourself with.
Is he a walk-on?
He is a walk-on right now. Yeah.
He's a walk-on. He JUCO transferred from Santa Barbara, I believe. Santa Barbara City College. I know he played his high school ball at Calabasas.
Calabasas, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. About 6 feet, 220, man, big boy. And he can go. He can move, man. So, yeah, man, he really impressed. I heard Wayman Jordan didn't get too many carries. They're kind of reserving him, and
so he's pretty much number one.
Yeah, along with B-Jack and
B-Jack
and Eli Sanders. They said they didn't see too much of those guys, but yeah, man, King Miller got the bulk of the carries, man, and he was doing his thing. Yeah, so keep your eye out for him. Walter Matthews is a very large human being. So, like, he really stands out on the field. Like that's a big boy, man. So yeah, he had a couple catches himself too. So yeah, man. Another freaks list candidate, Elijah Vacona. That is a massive boy, man. I mean, he made Elijah Page look small. So we definitely, like, I'm watching Oregon's spring game and comparing the two, man. I'm like, bro, we are 10 times bigger than these guys on both sides of the scrimmage. Like, we're really going to do damage. I'm telling you, I'll put your stock in, man. This team is looking very good, and I wouldn't be surprised if defense carries this team this year.
All right.
We still have additions. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Real quick, I just want to get Kristen's demo in there. He says, my guys, two things can be true like last season. Defense is better and offense and O-line have struggles. I think D better this year, but O-line is an issue again.
Honestly, it's hard to tell. Our defensive line is really good, like really good. So And that's not to say that we're not going to face a D line that's equally as good, but the O line is bad.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say exactly what Walter Clark mentioned too. Put that comment up as well. And what B. Jones said right now, you go ahead, B. Jones. You were saying something, but just wanted to bring that up because I think that's true.
What's the? It's possible that yeah, I would say that was probably our strongest position group, and that's in a lot because our secondary looked really good as well. But those two go hand in hand. So,
but like what Walter Clark said, I think our D line will be the best D line our O line faces this year. That's a great problem to have. I really don't think there's going to be a D line out there better than ours that we're going to face at least in the season. And that's only going to help our O line. So that's why I'm not too worried about the O line, to be quite frank with you guys. Because if there was too much concern with the O line, I think our Chad Bowden and the staff would have prioritized getting a bunch of O linemen out of the portal. And if they didn't do that, that tells me that the staff feels confident what we have, and kind of what B. Jones said. I was told that Vicona looks huge, man, and just that Tobias Raymond stepped up as well. Elijah Page did his thing. Alani Noah. So I'm not too worried when it comes to the O line, to be quite frank with you guys.
Right. Justin T as well, man. We definitely got. I would say we got a very strong 2 deep, man. That we'll probably be comfortable with. On the outsides, at least. Interior did look good too. The starters. But as far as depth, it's still TBD. So.
And Anthony James says 2 offensive standouts: Justin T and wide receiver Corey Sims.
Corey Sims did okay.
And then he goes on to say 2 defensive standouts. EG is a beast. Freshman Floyd Boucard has got some mentions. If Venables wants you as a recruit, there's a lot of potential. Yeah, and I honestly think that Boucard is really overlooked based off because of Jakeem and the transfers that we have, along with some of the other high-profile freshmen like Gus Bus, and all of them. So Floyd kind of gets overlooked, and he's still pretty raw because he hasn't been playing football all that long. Correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
I definitely think that he could be one to watch out for because he's a big guy as well, like 6'3", 3 something or whatever. So
absolutely.
Anything else? Anything else of note from the Trojan Olympics / spring showcase?
Friend of the podcast, Brandon Lockhart, leader of this class. The dude is trash at baseball.
Wow, what you gonna call him out like that?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna say he's trash because from what I was told is that someone was pitching to him and he was like 40 feet away. So that's way close. That's like half of that. So I don't know.
No,
hey, Brandon Lockhart, don't come back at B. Jones, man. We're gonna have to see it on the field.
Shout out to me, he's been ducking, John.
Good thing he's not playing baseball for us. He's playing football.
Obviously, I'm messing with him, but
our baseball team doing good, by the way. They avenged us against Minnesota today.
Yeah, got the sweep. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, we're looking real good over there, so I'm excited.
So, who was there like an MVP of the showcase on both sides?
On both sides, Jacoby Lane. Oh, I forgot to mention that Jacoby Lane had another one-handed catch.
I thought you said he. I thought you said he didn't play.
He played.
He didn't get a lot of reps.
Time.
Oh, he didn't get enough. Okay, so he's just got like a few.
He did Jacoby Lane stuff, man. So it's not just for the highlights. This is a daily occurrence. You know what I mean? So this type of catches are just regular for him, man. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a video about it coming out soon. But aside from Jacoby Lane on offense, King Miller, man. Yeah, I would have to get the offensive MVP to King Miller. What about you, bro?
No, yeah, King Miller, from what I was told, and then if they had to put a defensive MVP, from what I was told, that Conley stepped up big time.
Yep,
he was doing his thing. I mean, yeah, it was the twos, but he stepped up. And like I said, it's hard to tell with these scrimmage games or practice games because it wasn't a true game. But from what we were told, that he did really good out there. And another thing too was I don't want to go too much into details, but let's just say that secondary is going to be. It looks really good.
Yep. This defense is every day, man, based on what we saw. So we have a lot to be excited about. And we could end with that, man. So put all your chips in, fellas. We're going to do some damage this year.
And then at the end of the practice, we were told that they do like when they unite at the end and they go at each other again. They did that again.
Yeah, Midnight Alley.
Offense, defense. What's it called? What's that drill called?
Midnight Alley.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they did a little bit of Midnight Alley, and I told you, man, Isaiah Rubin had a big hit. So doing this thing.
Anthony, what's up with the O-line walk-on? Riley gave him a shout-out. I think it's King's brother. Was there a shout-out for Riley?
Trying to see if I can get the name real quick.
It was offensive line. No.
Yeah, I'm assuming Kalon Miller.
Yeah, Kalon Miller.
Kalon Miller. Yeah.
He did go to Calabasas as well. He's 6'2", 291 though. He's pretty small. It looks like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Also from Calabasas.
So it definitely sounds like a lot of freshmen and a lot of like new guys kind of got more playing time over the ones that have been here for a year or so.
Right. Yeah. Which is nice. So, I think that could be a good sign for if I'm a recruit. If I'm seeing recruits. Seeing young kids, getting some good reps. I mean, that definitely will stick in my head. When deciding. So.
Did you get a chance to? Did we get a chance to see Jaden Walker? Like, did they say anything about him?
Yeah, he was out there. He looked good. He looked good out there. I didn't get to finish mentioning Marquise Gallegos, man, looks really good on blitzes, man. Ran some safety blitzes with him. He gets there for sure. So shout out to Marquise, man. He was actually running with the twos, man. So I was happy to see that as well. He's been making some noise, man. I think he's starting to get his feet under him and get acclimated to the speed of the game, and it's starting to show for him. So shout out to Marquise. You on mute?
Oh, sorry. What about Desmond Stevens?
Yeah, he's doing his thing as well, man. Like I said, pretty much the starters didn't run too much, get too much run, but
okay.
They're really good in pass coverage. Same with EG. I mean, I'm telling you, think about it. Desmond Stevens is a converted safety, and Eric Gentry is tall as all hell, 6'7", and with a 40-inch vertical. Plus our DBs, plus that crazy pass rush we got with this defensive line.
Yeah. As long as Eric Gentry can stay healthy, he's going to be All-American.
It's going to be trouble, man. Then you think about the additions that we just made recently in the portal. We got a little more depth at linebacker now, and then you add a guy like Urlacher who could play anywhere on the defense, just like an Anthony Beavers, in my opinion.
All right. Well, now that you talked about it, you mentioned the transfer portal, and so I guess we can go ahead and start with welcoming a transfer portal from old nemesis. How do you say his name? His first name?
Zacharias. That's
Zacharias.
That's how I would pronounce it.
What's with Williams? We have a lot of Williams.
Yeah, we love that last name. You know,
It's a common last name. It's a common last name.
Yeah, it is very common last name. But Zacharias Williams, a wide receiver from Utah, has transferred over to USC. And I don't know why, but I actually saw the Rock Boys say that he was going to be the number 3 receiver, at least on their little depth chart that they had.
Possibility. I mean, you never know.
Right.
He was definitely Utah's wide receiver 1. This is somebody that we were actually trying to get out of high school late in the process. It just didn't happen, because it was just too late, essentially. But given, relationships, right, with head coaches and stuff like that, I think that definitely helped us a lot in this recruitment since he's a Sarah kid.
Yep, Sarah kid.
So yeah, I think this is somebody good size. He can come in. Obviously, if you can learn that playbook, he has a chance to be that wide receiver 3. We'll see. I think at the least, he's going to be in rotation. So
we have the better sack. Sorry, Zachariah France. I'm sorry, man. I got to give shout out to the new sack.
So wait, so he was the number 1 guy last year for Utah, which is not saying much.
I mean, yeah, he started coming along late in the season. Had a good game.
And I was gonna say, B Jones, don't discredit Utah. I mean, forget Utah, but
I didn't say nothing.
But no, I said BC. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he did.
I meant BC. I said Brandon.
Wow, you just got mixed up with me.
No, I meant you guys are named Brandon. Both of you guys are named Brandon.
Hey,
but BC, don't discredit Utah, because they're a solid program regardless, whether they're in the Big 12 or they produce players. And from what I was hearing or reading, I mean, that he was one of their top performers, and that they were saying that we got a really good player. And he's just a freshman, right? Last year?
Yeah, freshman, yeah. Mm-hmm. And Tina, we're saying going into the season, he would have been their number 1 guy. So if that helps any confusion.
Is Dorian Singer still there?
Not anymore. He was trying to get another year, and he got.
I'm not positive that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's not there. But
great kid for us, I think. Great kid.
Yeah, all the reports from the Utah side said that he was pretty much going to be their number 1. So, I mean, that doesn't automatically throw them in our top 5. We don't know what they had over there in comparison. You know what I'm saying? We got some guys that's here already. We'll see how it plays out for them. I know
we're just trying to find people to support Makai and Jacoby at this point, because we know those are the clear 1 and 2.
Absolutely.
So his recruitment came down to us and the other school that's here in LA. I think that's the obvious choice. I mean, this is always his dream school. It's just that, we made a late push for him coming out of high school. So you got to go where you show him the most love. You know what I mean? So he committed to Utah, but now you have the opportunity to come home, man. So
yeah. And the good thing about this right now is just like we were kind of expecting us to go into the transfer portal for like some other positions, but the fact that we've been very quiet on the transfer portal side is definitely good. Even though we kind of used it, we definitely used it in the early transfer portal period, but this time it is just completely different. We know what we have based off spring practice, and we're happy with what we have.
Absolutely.
And just another tidbit about his recruitment as well. He actually played for Nico Ayamaliva's dad, Nick. Played 7-on-7 for him. So
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting that we still, won that commitment over UCLA. Having ties with Nico.
Okay, so since we're talking about drama, let's talk about the thing that happened over the weekend here. Let's start with our Trojans first, because I know that Shador can take up a little bit of time on this one here. But we had 3 players who were drafted within the 7 rounds in the NFL draft, and we're what are we, like 25 years plus with someone being drafted within the first 3 rounds? From
24, I think, is
24 years. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so our first player drafted was Jalen Smith, and he if you haven't seen the videos on Twitter, like I don't know how you haven't seen those videos of him FaceTiming with Snoop and getting the call, and then having Doug Belk in there, and Danton Lynn was right.
Yeah, I thought that was probably the coolest part. Was having him hang out. And
Danton, like it looked like he surprised them too, because he turned around and he's like, "Hey, it's you!" I was like, "Damn." But,
and then Kalen Bullock was there with him too, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. Some current players too. It was nice. It was cool.
And it's crazy how Houston loves USC apparently at this point, because they got another one of our players in Woody Marks.
Yeah.
He was drafted in the
fourth round.
Fourth round. Yeah, so drafted in the 4th round. So we have 2 players in the same class in the same draft going to Houston and reunited. At least Jalen's reunited with Kalen. Woody wasn't there at the time, but and then after that we had
Solomon Byrd too.
What?
So don't forget about Solomon Byrd.
Oh yeah, Solomon Bird's there, but
Byrd,
we're talking about the drafted ones here right now. So sorry Solomon, but Jonah Monheim got drafted. Where did he go?
Jacksonville.
Jaguars.
Oh, Jackson. Okay, Jacksonville. So hopefully he can protect Trevor Lawrence or whoever they decide to have back there. But yeah, and then we also had we do have word of the people who were signed as undrafted free agents. Mason Cobb, or majority of them are staying closer to the East Coast, but Mason Cobb's with the Chargers. West Coast. Sorry, West Coast. Greedy Vance is at the Raiders. John Humphrey at the Raiders as well. Jacoby Covington and Eddie Chapliski are at the Chiefs. And Jamil Muhammad's at the Rams. And then we also found out that Easton is at
the Browns.
With the Browns. So I'm sorry for you, Easton. But
and then I'll let you do the honors, B. Jones, because you're the one that lined up that interview. But with it's Tamika Marks. Just congrats, man.
Okay.
Friend of the pod, it's Tamika Marks. If you're listening, man, you know we love you. So proud of you guys, man. Congratulations.
Yep.
We'll be planning our trip to Houston eventually, man, to get out there.
Hey, Woody, I'll wear a hat too, man. Once I'm in Texas, I'll wear a hat.
I think this is a great situation for Woody. Somebody that can be a 3rd down running back at the least. And again, Joe Mixon's getting older, so I think this is it's a great opportunity for him to really shine and take over that spot in the future. So excited for him.
They definitely got it good.
That you didn't end up with the Raiders. I really wanted you with the Raiders. Guns and the past would tell you how much I wanted that. But I'm happy you. Congrats on getting drafted, and like Gunn said, I think you're in a good spot with the Texans. I think the Texans are gonna love them.
It would have been interesting if they drafted him and Genty. So,
I mean, it would have been nice. I mean, the NFL is now a 1-2. It's like almost a committee. Almost every team has a good committee now.
True, but I feel like Genty and Woody are basically the same running back in my opinion. But I think Woody's a better running back than Genty. But Genty just got the nod because of the crazy year that he had. But I think I think Houston got the best running back out of all of them. He's the most
underrated for sure.
Well, yeah, he is easily the most underrated. But I think he can help you everywhere. Like he's not just one dimensional. He's definitely able to be used out of the backfield, which is where we use him a majority of the time. So. I'm definitely happy with where everyone else where everyone has landed. So,
shout out Dart too, the previous Trojan as well. went on the first round prior to he got selected before Sanders. So shout out to Dart.
Yeah. Well, since you mentioned Shador,
Hold up real quick before we get into that, because that's going to go. But before we get into that, just a quick shout out to some Trojans playing in the UFL, man. Tyler Vaughns and Deontay Burnett.
don't forget Jamie Harris. He had a pick 6 against.
I'm talking about today in particular, but yeah,
today. Okay.
Yeah, Deontay Burnett and Tyler Vaughns are just tearing it up.
Yeah. Is there any word on Kyle Ford?
Not as a signing, no.
Not yet.
I haven't seen anything. Yeah.
Yeah, prayers, man. Hopefully, he gets a camp invite.
Yeah, to all you guys.
UFL could be an option for Kyle Ford as well, man. So
UFL is definitely a viable option.
Yep. I hope he continues to play, man. Listen, I don't care. I'll play in the backyard if they can pay me. You know? You get to do what you love for the rest of your life, man. You get compensated for it. Keep going.
And then just saying it because it happens with every school. Every school has players that go undrafted. And I know that the dream is to make it to the league, and by all means dream big, put in the work, and you can get there. But just in case you don't get there, that life after football is extremely important. So a bigger reason to consider that when you're getting recruited as well. Don't just focus on, the football stuff. It's important to also focus on the life after football, and USC excels at that. So we are truly the place to be, in my opinion.
You are 100% correct. And one thing that you guys got to consider, all these kids, man, this game is not promised to anyone. And with that being said, that's going to lead us into our topic.
That's why the NFL is called Not for Long as well. But yeah, real quick though here. So everyone and their mother, in all honesty, this whole situation with Shador getting drafted in the 5th round by the idiot Browns is
Cleveland Browns.
No, idiot Browns.
What?
Idiot Browns.
Oh, idiot Browns.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
Oh no, I didn't say. I was not being derogatory towards any group out there. No, I'm just talking about the idiots. They drafted 2 quarterbacks, and they drafted the best one, the further down, which we'll talk about that because at this point, before we answer the controversy situation, which is worse, the Nico drama or the Shador drama?
I'm gonna say the Shador.
Yeah, I was gonna say
because Nico is not really the issue in that whole deal.
True. Yeah, Shador has more hype around him than Nico has, and he actually put up numbers. So, but yeah, so Shador, I think people just I think this was an example to be made at this point that you have to handle yourself way better than how his camp and he held himself throughout the whole college football. I would say in general, I don't think he handled himself the best throughout college football, his tenure. But what do you guys think?
I'm gonna let you guys cook first, man, because this might get a little ranty.
Yeah,
okay. So let me just go last.
I'll go real quick. I'll be short and sweet. It was definitely shocking, to see him just keep dropping. The only thing I'll really say is that, I feel, these teams aren't just drafting the player. They're also drafting the parents of these kids. And so I think that was a factor in this situation as well. So hope all the best. He obviously plays for the Browns now. So, hope you do good except for the 2 Pittsburgh games. But, yeah.
All right. Raul.
I mean, like you said, he wasn't the greatest example when it comes to being a teammate in college. From reports out there, we can't confirm or deny since we don't have any sources in that school or anything like that. But from what was known, that he wasn't the greatest teammate, and that could be all a lie. Who knows? But he can definitely, could potentially be. act a little bit more professional and be more humble, because not everybody has that, opportunity. Most of these kids don't come from a good background, and they work their behind off to try to put themselves in that position. And when they do, it's a great accomplishment. So I know it's definitely, don't take things for granted. And maybe the league was trying to show an example to them and kind of let them know, like, hey, you need to work on that character a little bit. Yeah. And maybe that's what they were trying to say. But with that being said, I've been seeing a lot of hate on Shador on the internet. And I'm not a big fan of Shador, but I also wasn't, rooting for him to, have a terrible day or anything like that. Like, yeah, it might be funny he didn't get drafted in the first round. Yeah, but that's okay, right? But then, like, all the hate that he was getting on Twitter, like all this, I think it was a little overboard from the fan base. Because regardless, don't have that much hate towards someone, man. Just focus on your happiness and, let things play out the way it is. There's no reason to celebrate someone's failure.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
That prank call was diabolical.
That was terrible. I mean,
that was like, it's funny, but then it's also very below the belt in that kind of situation. Like, sure, you want to troll someone, and that's what that kid's gonna forever be known for at this point, is the guy who trolled Shador. Like, I don't know where he's going to go in life, but if he's going to brag about something in his life, it's probably going to be this.
Yeah, but go ahead, B. Jones. I know you got a lot to say, probably. So,
yeah, I'm trying to figure out where I want to even start with this one. You guys just heard me about 10 seconds ago, right? What did I say? This league is promised to no one.
Yeah.
Right? This game is a privilege. No one is entitled to play in the NFL.
Yep.
And that's the biggest issue here. It's already bad enough, right, that you have the stigma of being a rich kid, entitled rich kid. Daddy's a Hall of Famer, right? Your dad got away with what he got away with because he's a generational talent. That is not the case for Shador. He's a good quarterback, don't get me wrong, he's good. Not generational. Right? Prime wasn't liked, but he was tolerated. You get what I'm saying? So you cannot carry that same attitude as your father did.
And he did that when he was in the league, right?
Well, yeah, coming out as well. He's
Florida State.
Right, but he had the game to match. So it was a little different. You know what I'm saying? So another thing, what job in America can you go in just knowing that you already got the job and you show up to your interview with your entourage, your cologne on 1,000. Apparently he was wearing too much cologne as well. I don't know how much I can put in that, but and then you go in there and just completely bomb it, like you're unprepared, and then still expect to get that job.
Yeah.
Like I said, this game is not promised to anyone. So you go another part of your interview. Hey, so we have some questions about you. You're on the field. We got a couple questions. You mind disproving or just showing us what you got a little bit? No, I'm not going to throw. Okay, cool. You're not the first to not throw at the combine. But, I mean, there's questions. They want answers. Why not just answer them? Right? No, I'm not going to run. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go here. I'm not going to play there. Like, I don't know if he was just getting bad advice or he's just drinking his own Kool-Aid, or but for some reason he just thought he would be a top 5 pick, it seemed like.
Yep.
And what I want to hear everyone apologize to Caleb Williams, because you guys thought Caleb Williams was bad. No, like Caleb Williams, like everything that you guys were saying about Caleb Williams is something that you guys were making up, and that some people like are saying, "Oh, his camp did this, his camp did that," but no, that stuff didn't happen, and people are trying to say he was a diva. No, like if you want to see a diva, like I'm not saying, oh well, I don't even know, but at this point,
And the thing is that the character matters, guys. That's one big thing. Like no matter what, if it's for a pro team, it's just in general in life, character is a big thing. No company's gonna want to hire you if you have a bad attitude and just act the way Shador was acting around college and whatnot. And even with that, also on top of that, I think I saw a video of him and Cam Ward. I think they were practicing or they were doing something, and Shador was talking about, let's go make a rap song or let's go do a song. And Shador was like, what do you mean you don't want to do it? And Cam was like, man, I play football. I want to be recognized as playing football. What are your hobbies? Playing football. So he has the right mindset and focus, and it seems like maybe Shador, part of the reason he slid as well on the draft, or he ended up sliding, is because he's not fully focused in football. It seems like he's got other stuff in his head that he's prioritizing at other things. It seems like.
Yeah, the fact that you got skipped over by teams like the Saints and the Steelers for like Tyler Shaw, a guy. If you haven't seen some of his highlights, especially the combine, I just saw the first one with the combine, and that was awful. But you're getting passed over by guys like that, and Dylan Gabriel gets drafted ahead of you. That means there's something about your character at that point. Because from what I've seen, Dylan Gabriel is a pretty humble guy or whatever. He's not like cocky or anything like that, and he's a leader. And he's led multiple teams to some winning victories. So I'll give him that he's humble and he acts like a leader. But if you've seen like the whole showing his watch and everything like that, or some people were saying that he had very bad like when you're doing good, he has good energy, but when he's bad, his posture definitely shows, and how he acts. Yeah. So
let's not forget, man, that he threw his teammates under the bus.
Yeah.
We even discussed it right here on the show.
On live Twitch.
We discussed it right here on the show. After that, remember that? We said that he's going to answer to that during draft time.
And I'm sure he had to, and he probably failed miserably.
That's his answer, right?
Yeah.
So and another thing, I got to say this. Stop making it a race thing.
Yeah.
It's not a race thing.
Cam Ward, come on. He was the first player drafted.
Exactly. And then people want to say, well, what about Johnny Manziel? Okay. Do you think that maybe the league is saying never again?
Yeah, they learned that.
Right?
Yeah. So
it's all a game, man. I'm all for confidence. I'm all for it. I even take a little bit of arrogance from my quarterback. A little bit, though. Not
dialed up like that.
Jaden Mayava, QB1, man.
Yeah, I'll take a little bit of arrogance and confidence, but there's a huge difference between confidence and arrogance, man. And you can't walk into a situation just assuming that you're going to be whatever it is that you think you're going to be without actually going through the process.
And I guarantee you the vets in the locker room would not have tolerated any of that. So, but
I hope that they learn the lesson.
Yeah.
Because, we've been honest, man. I love Ron, but he did his son no favors, man. With the whole attitude.
This is a lesson to everyone out there. You're not above having your stock dip because of your personality.
Right.
What's his name? What's his name? Spencer Rattler had the same issue, but his wasn't as bad as his cockiness wasn't as bad as Shador's, but he still dropped to 5th round or 6th round or whatever. So it just goes to show that you have to present yourself professionally.
Look, you still got to play the game, man. Play the game. That is the other part of the game.
And you could tell he always had a chip on his shoulder when he didn't need to have a chip on his shoulder.
Exactly. You gotta learn how to turn it off and on, man.
Yeah. And don't tell teams to not draft you because of your personality if they can't handle your personality. You have to be professional. You're going to be the face of that team pretty much. If you're going to be a first round, second round quarterback, and who was expected to make an immediate impact, but now you're at a team with 6 quarterbacks. Good luck trying to crack through that because they still have Deshaun Watson. They still have
Flacco. They have Joe Flacco, and then they
favorite
have
quarterback Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett.
But in all reality, I believe that this is the owners trying to let everyone know, like, we're not going for that crap anymore, and we're trying to we're taking power back. You know what I mean? Shador just happened to be. He made it easy for him. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and I know Sua was pretty vocal on Twitter saying about that. So I can't recall exactly what he said, but he pretty much said that the league. He was he said something about like kind of potential collusion or something, or that the owners were trying to prove a point. But I mean, they have the right to do that. It's their league. If you don't like it, create your own league. So you gotta, so it's like you gotta act a certain way if you want to play for that league.
Exactly. That's what I mean by this game is promised to no one. You have no right to play in the NFL. It's not a right. It's an earned privilege.
Yeah. So, and then players got to act a certain way. I mean, they got to act professional. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is probably the face of the league right now, right?
Yeah,
you would say. So, I mean, there's not a lot of drama when it comes to Patrick Mahomes, really, right? So, you got to act a certain way, and this just goes to like I said earlier, this goes all around company-wide, like whatever company you work for, whether it's a different industry or whatnot, you got to act professional. So can't be acting up. But moving on, since enough Shador talk probably, right? But I want to say this because I saw a comment by Anthony James earlier that DraftKings has USC 4,000-1 odds to win the Big Ten. I won't put money on that, man. 4,001. I think that's disrespectful. I could potentially be like, okay, national championship, but to win the Big Ten.
Well, there you go. There you guys have it. You have your betting information from Raul Flores. So take that for face value, whatever you want.
I'm just saying, 40-1. That's disrespectful for the Big Ten. This is to win the Big Ten championship, not the national championship, just to win the Big Ten. Who could technically say that, they're better than us in the Big Ten right now? Ohio State, Penn State, possibly, but I feel like, this year's USC team is going to make a huge improvement on the defensive side. And then Oregon also lost a lot of players, and they have an unproven quarterback. Our quarterback has more experience than their quarterback right now.
I was not impressed. Watched that Oregon spring game last night, man. If I had to compare the two teams to what I saw, I can't wait for 11-22, baby. I'm telling you, they're gonna be in for a big shock. I'm telling you, based on what I saw, man, we dwarfed those guys. Our front seven on both ends. I mean, our offensive line and our defensive line. Way bigger than them. And that's them with E-Man and Isaiah World, who's 7 feet tall. We still are a lot more massive than they are.
Wait, so if I'm understanding, 40-1 odds, I'm definitely putting like at least 200-300 on USC to win the Big Ten. At least 200-300 because I just did the math. You put $200, you get 8,000 payout.
I just don't want to put down that much money,
Man.
even if I believe it.
I'm just saying, like,
myself.
I mean, I'm not saying there's no guarantee they'll win it all, but I think those 40-1 odds are solid for us, man. I think we're being underrated way too much. What do you guys think? I mean, that's just my opinion. Call me a USC homer, but I just really think that we have a solid team this year with some depth. And I think people are saying, "Oh, quarterback situation." Yeah, we might not have a generational quarterback with Mayava, but he still has time to learn throughout the offseason. We're 5 months away from September, and he's going to be playing against a really good secondary, a really good D-line. It's only going to make him better when he's out there at the game. Kind of like what boxers say, you win the fight in training camp, not at the actual fight. And I think that's going to be the case with us. Like him going against that tough competition day in, day out, it's only going to make the entire team better on the offensive side, and especially Mayaba.
All right. Anything else that we want to talk about when it comes to the basically the Trojans and the transfer portal or anything like that?
Recruiting updates?
We do have recruiting updates. Do we want to move over to recruiting updates then? All right. Yes. We'll give the floor to Guns then. Go ahead, Guns.
Yeah, so we got some recruiting updates. So yeah, we'll start with the big guy, the big offensive tackle. That's been visiting back-to-back weeks. Kenye Pepe. He got a prediction late last night from our Fong Bong, Wilt Fong. So from what we're hearing, we should expect an announcement sooner rather than later. So look forward to hopefully tomorrow we get that update. Wide receiver, fast riser. Wide receiver out of Louisiana, somebody we've mentioned in the past. It's our second time visiting the last 3 weeks. Roderick Tizino, again, hopefully I'm pronouncing that last name correctly, but he's got a prediction as well from Fong Bong, as well as Rivals. So definitely multiple sites are predicting that we will get his services. And another wide receiver, a local wide receiver, Luke Weaver, also received a prediction from 247. So definitely, we're looks like we're, kind of closing them basically, and looking like they'll be, future Trojans. Hopefully that's the case. Kelvin Obot, a big time offensive tackle out of Idaho. Here, and he loved his visit. More to come on that, and hopefully we can find out, how he really did enjoy that visit. Edge out of Illinois, Mikhail Blade, loved his visit. SC's very high on his list. So it would be nice to get another Illinois kid, as we've had a couple. So it's nice to get, more from the Big Ten country, in my opinion. And then lastly, our USC commit, Jonas Williams. He got the invite for the Elite 11 finalist game, or whatever you want to call it. So excited for that situation, and hopefully he can ball out, maybe get the MVP and be the top quarterback. So that's where we're at with recruiting with Guns. A lot of good stuff. Hopefully we get these predictions to really, come to fruition. I think as our last hurdle, right, is just make sure that they actually announce it. But recruiting's rolling as always, like we've been saying the past few months, and obviously the big one is Pepe, man. Once that one gets announced, pretty much college football world's already on notice, but yeah, that's just going to be an extra layer, icing on the cake.
Do you think we jump LSU if we get Kenny?
We better, dude. It's kind of crazy how, I think we even might triple them. We definitely double them in terms of commits. And it's just, it's kind of amazing how one still has us as two. I don't know if it's ESPN's fault. From my understanding, Rivals has us as 1. 247 definitely has us as 1. So yeah, there's somebody is to blame for what's going on there. But
yeah, they have 1 5-star and they just automatically get get the. I think it's also because we do have some 3 stars technically in there, so it kind of lowers our average in a sense by scoring wise, but. Like we literally double theirs, and like they probably won't even have nearly as much recruits as we do. Yet it's just because of their the ranking numbers of these recruits that they have. So
yeah, it would be pretty crazy too if we get Lamar Brown. That's somebody that's been in LSU lean for quite a bit. Obviously, he's not committed there yet, but he was out here in LA, obviously. So Coach Reed, Coach Henny. And others are trying to, do their wonders on him. That'd be a big time get.
And if Ryder Lions, because I think this will be a pretty big thing for him as well. We're having Kenny Pepe being one of the guys that's going to block for him down the road.
Absolutely.
And then, let me just say this too. I don't care what state it says.
He's a California kid.
He's a California kid. He's not a Florida kid. He's a California kid. And he's a California kid. So when he commits to us, so make sure you add that to the percentage on the California kids. They're California kids.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, he's from Cali. He's from Cali. Definitely from Cali. So.
Was Ely born in California or okay?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? Anything in the chat you guys want to ask about it?
Well, Tina said something. I can see us being 10-0 going into that Autzen. Am I crazy?
You're
not crazy, Tina. I completely agree with you, and I agree with Kristen as well.
Yeah, the Illinois game is somewhere we definitely cannot look past, in my opinion, as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, but
B Jones was just telling me that yesterday. What were you saying? B Jones was going to happen on 11/22.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a beatdown, man. I'm telling you, they're gonna be in for a surprise.
If going to Oregon wasn't so expensive, but no one wants to go to Oregon, so that's why it's so. Actually, that just makes no sense. Like it shouldn't be that expensive to go to Oregon because no one wants to go there. It should be a lot cheaper so they can get people to go there.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of telling Raul. I was like, the UCLA game for me personally might take over the Oregon game. We'll see.
I'd rather go to UCLA.
The tickets for plane ain't cheap, so it's an interesting situation, and it would be an interesting travel. So
unless Raul wants to pay for our flight.
Yeah, Raul, come on.
What are you talking about? You making it seem like I'm over here balling like that. I ain't balling like that.
But B Jones is, but he always has some stupid request for us. Like right now, MSP
He's gotta do something for him. That's all, dude. That's all.
MSP to Eugene right now is $407 for one person.
That's crazy.
How much?
$407
for what?
From Minneapolis to Eugene. $407 for a state that no one wants to go to.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's. I wouldn't want to stay there too long either. Like, might go there for a few days. That's it.
Not even
not staying there.
Hey, like the only thing that I might try to do is maybe, like, possibly fly to Seattle and then just drive down there because my parents live just outside of Seattle, so I could just go over there and just take a rental car. But I don't even know how long it will take to drive to freaking Eugene.
It's definitely probably closer than doing Northern Cal.
Hey, Kristen, if you're planning on coming to a few games, you might as well get season tickets. I think they start at like $640 or $650. And just sell the tickets that you're not gonna be able to go to at as long as you make your money back. I think
to the Trojans.
Yeah.
Gotta sell them to the Trojan fan.
Yeah, no, you can't sell them to visitors, man. So that's the only request I make.
So Red Fox says Oregon is beautiful though. I dove off some nice cliffs and had some bomb oysters. Yeah, but
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a nice day to stay for a couple of days, like I said, a few days. But to live there long term, not for me. Not with that type of weather that they get.
I'd rather live in Seattle than I would in Oregon. Anywhere in Oregon.
Try the Michigan game, Christian as well. That
I have
that one's for sure in my list.
I have a better chance of going to a Michigan game than I do going to Washington.
That game's gonna be epic, I think.
Definitely.
On Oregon, I mean. But yeah, that we better sell out in a lot of these games that are going to be coming to the Coliseum. So,
but just those two games, the Michigan game, the UCLA game will probably pay for your season ticket, and then Michigan State is also coming down. So yeah, I mean, I would just also Oregon, Iowa flights comes down here, so I think we got good solid home games this year. So those season tickets won't be a bad route to go with if you don't want to spend too much, because you could always sell those tickets.
It'll be all about next year for me when USC is going to be going out to like Iowa or whatever.
Penn State too. That'd be how far is that? Probably not too bad.
Actually, I haven't looked at traveling to Pennsylvania, but Tina says I have season tickets, and if I can't make a game due to work, I'm a DM y'all. I will never give them. Hey, damn!
Appreciate you, Tina.
We appreciate you,
appreciate
Tina.
that.
Yeah, I might have to. Let us know if I have to fly out there. I might have to make that flight for a UCLA game.
Yeah, I'll be at every game this year again, man.
Absolutely.
So I'll be out there cheering us on.
So that means you'll make all the shows too, and not be at Disneyland, right?
Yeah, my Disneyland annual pass has expired. So I'm thinking it has already. So I'm thinking if I should re-up
it.
Yeah, again. But I don't know. We'll see. See what my daughter tells me. She's the one that always asks me, "Oh, let's go." I was like, "All right."
Friggin' Kristen's telling me to get a credit card over here.
Yeah, not bad idea.
I'm not gonna. If anything, I'll go with Delta.
I don't think I've ever flown with Delta. You like Delta?
Well, I mean, the other option.
Delta's nice. Like their seats are nice, but they're expensive as hell. So that's why I fly Sun Country or Spirit.
Oh no!
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm normally a Southwest kind of guy.
Anyone else have any questions in the chat before we get out of here?
We still have the most draft picks ever.
Yes.
Even though Notre Dame will still fight us on that, though.
And then B. Jones, correct me if I'm wrong. Wednesday is it Isan Tafa or is it coming up here?
Yep.
Oh yeah, this Wednesday.
Yep. Make sure you guys tune in Wednesday. We'll have Isan Tafa on. He'll be introducing himself to the Trojan family, man. So you definitely want to be here. You guys seen our other interviews? They're fun, lighthearted, and we always have a good time, man. So.
And we might have someone else coming up soon too.
It's in the works, man. I don't want to put it out there yet. It's in the works, man. So.
Big time.
We're always going to try to get people on the
online.
show, so we'll definitely always try to get these guys on here. So, but yeah, stay tuned. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything that we're going to be posting and anytime that we go live. But we're probably going to head out of here unless there's anything else you guys want to bring up before we head out. Any last comments you want to say about Shador B. Jones? Because I know you probably had a lot to say.
And I'm well, yeah, no, I'll leave it alone.
All right. What about you, Raul? Speak now or forever hold your peace until Wednesday.
I was just gonna
I got
say,
a question. This is going to stir up some stuff, but Raul, are the Lakers going to come back from down 3-1 or what?
Wow.
you know, I didn't even watch the game. I told you, I'm not paying
I'm
attention
sorry.
right now. My focus is on something else right now. So
Are you in the transfer portal right now, Raul, or no?
nah,
Are you-
I'm a Laker fan. I'm a Laker fan, but I'll say this, and this is why I didn't even watch this game. And LeBron, I don't care what you say, you're not no damn GOAT. You're over here laughing with the opponent down 7. You know, you can go and ship your ass out of here already, man. As soon as you leave.
Not only that, Raul. My
I
bad.
don't care, man. I don't care, man.
He
It's
keep
just,
kicking
come
with
on.
Anthony Edwards. Down. So at 7 with 2 minutes left, laughing it up with Anthony Edwards, then go shoots it off the backboard.
I don't know. I didn't see the game tonight or today, but like you're over here laughing with the opponent, man. You're
That's
gonna go down 2-1.
Guns. Look what you
What are you
did.
doing?
Guns are just starting
And
shit.
Guns, you know what? It's all right. You can take them back. You can take them back.
Take him
man.
back.
That's all I'm gonna say, man.
Sorry,
You can
guys,
never
I
be the GOAT,
apologize.
man, with that type of mentality, LeBron.
I told y'all he's not the GOAT.
LeBron is the greatest player of all time.
Oof.
The greatest player with the biggest longevity, the greatest longevity. I'll give him that. But greatest of all time, I don't know about that, man. Nah.
Until the
Over
truth
here
comes out
laughing,
of my
man.
Way to
Over
go,
here
guys.
laughing. Nah, man, you got me pissed, guys. I'm leaving, man. I was about to say, hey guys, don't put too much hate on a certain individual. And I don't hate LeBron, but I just
Yeah,
don't
you
like.
do.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
don't.
do.
I don't hate LeBron. I appreciate his greatness. He's one of the all-time greats, but I just don't appreciate him. Oh,
Is he on the Mount Rushmore?
Even he's out here laughing with the opponent. You're about to go down 2-1, and you're over here laughing. Come on, man.
Is he on your Mount Rushmore?
No, he's not my Mount Rushmore because
Because
I just have other players. No, I just have other players. Doesn't mean he's not deserving to be in there. It's my Mount Rushmore. For me, he's not in there because
it's everyone from the Lakers.
pretty much I'm biased like that.
at least he admits it. It's fine. At least he admits.
I have
Michael Jordan's
Kobe.
probably not even on there.
I got Kobe, Shaq. Nah, I don't know about Shaq. Yeah, I got Shaq. Nobody could stop Shaq. Let's be honest. No one could stop Shaq. I don't care what people say.
Kareem.
Nobody will be able to stop Shaq.
Probably Kareem.
Nah,
Shaq
he
will.
can't stop it. No, man. Shaq would
Yeah.
overpower them. Shaq
No, I'm
is
just saying.
physically down.
No, on your Mount Rushmore. Continue with your Mount Rushmore.
Oh, Mount Rushmore. Yeah, I mean it's probably gonna be Kobe, Shaq, Kareem, and Magic. Yeah, I'll put those four. I'll be biased. I don't care, man.
Even over Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan. Like I said, it's my Mount Rushmore. I didn't say the NBA. It's mine. I got the guy that plays as equally as good as Jordan. Why do I have to put him twice? It's pretty much the same player.
Oh my
Kobe's a
God.
little more skilled. I mean,
Oh God.
all right.
Yeah.
Tina says we gotta go.
Listen. All right, guys. We're going to get out of here.
But,
Catch us
enjoy
on
the rest
Wednesday
of
and
the weekend.
keep the torch burning bright, guys, and fight on.